The legend returns. Arslan Denka has returned to us. Oh man, summer season's going to be fantastic. We've already gotten a few new shows that have been awesome. We've got a few more to come that I think are going to be the best of the season. But this one, Arslan Senki returning to us, is so good, even if it's only for 8 episodes. In this first episode, they kind of reintroduced us to all the characters, which was good. I mean, I didn't particularly need that, but it's a season 2. It's nice of them to show us who's who and what's what, in case you've forgotten a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I forgot a few of their names. I still don't remember the redhead's girl's name. But the rest of them I remembered. I remembered what was going on. But they just reminded us of all of that. And then started to really expand the world and the story. Because the story so far, Arslan Senki Season 1, Arslan had just, lost his family, ran away, tried to regroup an army. He'd been continuously running and just fighting to survive. At this point, it's completely different. I mean, this series starts with Arslan leading a battle himself, coming back from the rear of an enemy attacking Peshawar and wiping them out, making them flee. So Arslan is not that little kid that's scared and constantly running anymore. He's a bit more of a king. He's still not 100% sure of himself, but he's doing his best. He's trying his hardest, and I'm really impressed with it. The intro to him in this season has just been incredible. Meanwhile, while Arslan's showing how he's grown and what's going on in the world, we also start to see what's going on with Silver Mask, Hilmes, and what's going on with Gieve. If you don't remember, Gieve was sent off by Arslan at the end of the last season, basically to find an heirloom. Like, they didn't really tell us what it was in the last season. Narcissus just sent Gieve away to find something that would secure Arslan's ascension to the throne. Right at the beginning of this, we're told exactly what it is. I mean, we'd already heard legends of the hero Kakushra and his sword Rukenbad, which was supposed to be like a part of the sun. He was the sun warrior and he was like a hero king. And then we find out that this is exactly what Gieve is looking for. Hilmes is pissed to hear this because Hilmes believes he is actually related to Kakushra and that he should be able to wield this sword. This should be his birthright, because obviously that's who Hilmes is. Arslan, on the other hand, not quite sure if he's actually related to Kakushra. I mean, everyone's pretty much decided Arslan is not Andragoras' son. And they give us more hints to that towards the end of this episode as well, when, surprisingly, Tahamenay ends up saying, "Give me back my son." And I didn't even think Tahamenay was related to Arslan, to be honest. I thought Arslan was just some random kid that looked a bit like Tahamenay, and they brought him in to be a part of the royal family because they couldn't have a child. So really surprised to hear that Arslan may actually be related to Tahamenay, if nothing else. That is interesting. I mean, Tahamenay's acted like such a stone-cold bitch so far. Truth is, it may not be Arslan. She said, "Give me back my child that you stole from me." And then it zoomed into Arslan and showed him, and maybe that was saying that it's Arslan. It would make sense if she just shut off her heart to him because he was being raised by Andragoras and the king had somehow basically said to her, "He's my son now, I'm going to raise him and look after him, but if you get too close to him, I'll have him beheaded in front of you." That kind of thing, just to keep her in line. That could be really cool. I always was pissed at Tahamenay. I didn't think she had any children. I thought she was out for herself. Oh man, I really want Arslan to be her child now. If he isn't, and there's just some other random child of Tahamenay running around, that could be interesting too. But I have no idea where they would be or which character it would be if they've already been introduced. So it would have to be someone with that light blonde hair, and I don't know anyone like that. Except for Etoile, who obviously isn't from Lusitania. So the king definitely did not have control under her. And speaking of Etoile, holy shit! Got to love her. I mean, I suppose I should be calling her Estelle now since she revealed that's her name at the end of the last one, but damn. I just love how trusting she is with Arslan. Arslan's like, "I need to go save my people. I'm going to leave you to deal with this." And she just went ahead and dealt with it. That line, man. Right at the end when she's like, "Don't die, because remember, if you heathens die, you're going to hell." Like, she clearly cares for Arslan so much. I love that so much, but oh man, she's still being so tough about everything. So that was fantastic. The fight between Silver Mask and Gieve. over the sword was amazing. It was animated so well. Yes, there were bits of quality when it zoomed out, but the fluidity, you could see every clash of the swords. That's one thing I really love about Arslan Senki. Whereas in the big battles, it's just like a mess of CGI and a few hits with each other. When it comes to like a one-on-one battle that's supposed to be important, like in the last season, Daryun and Silver Mask clashed a lot. This time, Hilmes and Gieve, oh man, it looked so good. The swords caused so much sparks, there was so much light. Gieve was being a badass. I mean, I never expected Gieve to be able to hold off Silver Mask. He's never managed to do that before. But I guess that shows just how much he actually wanted this sword. And to be fair, he never really did any damage to Silver Mask. He was just continuously running away, blocking, giving little hits, shooting arrows at him. Basically leading him. Because this is Gieve's speciality, man. He's so speedy, he's so smart. He ran around him, grabbed the sword, tried to run away. But then that beast Xandes threw that massive club at him. Oh my god. That weapon should be illegal. That weapon just basically breaks immersion for me in this show. I'm fine with the magic. I'm fine with the ridiculous CGI. But when you're wielding a goddamn mace that's like twice the size of a man, yeah, that breaks my immersion. But that was cool as well, because we found out that dickhead, I think his name was Bodwin, the one who tortured one of the generals way back in the original Arslan Senki. His temple knights are the ones that got the sword, and you know, whereas Hermes was being very respectful, was saying, don't do anything to the temple other than get the sword, like he respected the old king. Lusitania are not exactly going to. They're very religious in the Christian sense. They would have happily burned that temple down. I'm pretty sure if they get this golden sword, they're going to burn it or destroy it in some way just to take the piss out of the people of Pars. And that is fucking atrocious. But I mean, we've already seen them burn all of Ecbatana's literature and shit. They are horrible people. So that's going to be a pain. So I mean, we've got Gieve and Silver Mask and Xandes both trying to track the sword down, going after the Temple Knights. And we've got Arslan, who seems to be really pissed off at the Turanians and planning on attacking them. I mean, the opening showed us what kind of direction this is going in. Arslan's going to leave most of his army behind. He's going to take to the seas, which should be cool. I mean, that opening looks really cool when you see them fighting on the pirate ships. You see all the new... I'm not sure if they're allies or enemies on the other side of the ship. It looks like they might be allies, but it might just be showing that friendly kind of rivalry. Either way, looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it. It adds a whole new element to things when they're going out to the sea, and man, it looks very summery. This was a good anime to choose for a summer season. Finally, Andragoras. Holy shit. Andragoras has been sitting in his prison cell for a good 6 months. And then finally, he gets visited by a member of the Lusitanian royal family. Oh my god. That was sick. He just snaps the chains, uses the chains to take the enemies out. Oh my god, I was so impressed with that. Walks into the throne room, has Tahamenay walk up to him. He's taken back Ecbatana. That's fucking insane. He did it as a one man from the inside, from a prison cell. Oh, my mind is blown. And this is the one thing I need to find out. Like, what else is going on at Ecbatana? Have the Lusitanians left, or are they still there? I mean, when we saw Estelle go into the town right at the end there, it looked like everything had been abandoned, so I don't really know right now. Is Andragoras just sitting there happily by himself with just a couple of Persian soldiers that were left around? Or has he still got the Lusitanian army under his thumb because he has the royal family member with him? Oh, I can't wait to find out. This episode was a great reintroduction. So much happened. There was so much lore thrown at us. So much stuff that's going to come in the future. So, let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment section below. For me, it was fantastic. Animation was on point. The OST has gotten so much better this season. I mean, I liked the OST last season, but hearing some of the music that was playing, the action music was great. The music when Arslan was saying goodbye to Estelle was actually really sweet sounding. It sounded like it came out of an old war movie rather than an anime. So I'm loving it. And of course, the opening and ending songs are fantastic. We got Calafina and we got Air Aoi on the soundtrack, so pure amazingness. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this review, then wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more. And I will see you guys next time.